Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. I just got to Tony's house right now, going to pick up my oil pan. We had to get it rewelded. I'm gonna pick up the oil pan, then go back home, start working on my car. It's been 3 weeks since I actually worked on my car. I was out for work traveling for the past 3 weeks, so I just got home 2 days ago and I'm ready to get back onto the car. Hopefully I can get the motor in tonight or tomorrow, but yeah, look at here, Tony. All right guys, so I'm back home in my garage and it's kind of a mess. The plan is to take everything from this motor and put it into my new motor. Well, my old new motor that has new head gaskets now. So I went ahead and did head gaskets on this motor since this one is all fucked up. If you guys watched my previous video, you know what's going on. But basically, I bought a JDM Chicago motor for $1,700 and has low compression on all cylinders, blown head gaskets. So I ended up doing head gaskets on my old motor. That was fine. It just mixed oil. I have that all done. I'm going to clean my oil pan so I can swap it to this one. Since this oil pan has the oil drain for the turbo right here, I gotta swap oil pans. And this oil pan is also cracked from me over tightening the oil pressure sensors. You can see it's on JB Weld, which I had for a whole year, and it worked. I'm going to brake clean this oil pan, make sure it's all nice and clean for this, and then flip the motor upside down and start taking this oil pan off so I can swap them out. And I think that should be good. After the oil pan, I have to do the thermostat, all the hoses, the accessories, the motor mounts, then the manifolds, and I think that's all of it. All right, so I got the pan pulled already. This pan is already all clean. So you can see it's looking pretty good. This is pretty nasty, pretty gross. I just have to swap these little O-rings in here, clean out this RTV, and put RTV on the new pan, and it should be ready to slap on here. Yeah, let me get all this cleaned out, change the seals, the front and rear seals as well, and we should be ready to swap it back on. All right, so I have the oil pan all done. The upper and lower oil pans are sealed, all torqued down. That should be all good. Now I have both engines next to each other. I have to swap all the stuff from this engine into this one, including the intake. So these injectors are different than the ones that are on the VQ for the Z. So I have to swap the whole intake, the NOx sensor as well, and the harness. So I'm gonna start doing all that. Get the alternator on, the pulleys, all these hoses have to go on this motor as well. So I'm gonna go do all the accessories and all the hoses, and then I'll go and start doing the motor mounts. All right, so I have all the coolant hoses up top done. I also have the back one. I'm currently taking the intake off so I can take the bottom plenum off and put the gaskets and get this one ready. But so far so good. I'm just gonna finish off the intake and then I'll be back. All right, so I got the lower plenum on. Everything should be good, everything should be tight. So my upper plenum has a 5/16 adapter just to air space out the intake a little bit more. And I forgot to get longer bolts for the upper plenum. So I have to go see if I can find some bolts around here, see what size they are, and then go to the hardware store and get some bolts. So I'm gonna measure them right now and then go out and get some new bolts. All right guys, so I think everything's already on the engine that needs to be on the engine before I put it on the subframe. I got the motor mounts, I got the manifolds on, all the pulleys, belt, the lines are all good. I'm missing this back one, but I'm going to do that once it's in the car. It's just this line right here. It's not hard at all to put in. I think it's ready for me to lift it up with the hoist and swap it and drop it on the subframe. I'm just looking over it, make sure everything's good before I do anything else. But yeah, everything looks good. I'm gonna get the hoist ready and pull it off the engine stand and put it on the subframe. All right guys, so I got the pilot bushing out with a good old bread method. It came out pretty easy actually, but as you can see, it's like cracked and it's all bent up and all cracked everywhere. So this is pretty bad. Luckily I put an OEM one, so hopefully this one lasts a little bit longer. So right now I just lowered the hoist onto the subframe. I'm tightening the motor mounts right now. I'm trying to make the motor as forward and as tall as possible, just because this oil pan sits really low. So the subframe on the 240 is slotted, so I'm just pushing it all the way to the top so the motor sits as high as possible. All right guys, so I'm here with Tony. Tony D's nuts. And we got the trans in. He helped me put the trans in. It actually went very smooth. We got everything on, the exhaust is on. I think everything's on the car that has to be on the car. We're ready to put it on the car right now.
Did you show the timing cover yet?
Yeah, I showed the timing cover. It's kind of ugly, I ain't gonna lie.
I think it's better than that trash it looked like before.
Yeah, it looks a little better. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. This bubblegum shit.
I'm doing. So excited when you were showing me like that how you were gonna paint it. You were like, this is gonna be the coolest fucking thing ever. And hey, it does look cool.
I'm doing the turbo the same color. Cool. I did the manifold, the upper platinum. It's the same as this, and I'm gonna do the turbo the same as this later on than now. But yeah, we're about to put it on the car. I'm just gonna lift it up right now so we can scoot the motor underneath and just drop the motor onto the car. It should go pretty smooth.
Are we gonna need Junie to hold this thing down again?
No, it's we have front weight.
Oh, with the intercooler now.
So if you guys haven't watched the previous videos, when I removed the motor last time, I had nothing on the front, so there was no weight on the front of the car. So the whole car is tilted back, and almost fucking flipped. So, but now since I have the whole front end on, and I have all the wiring, there's weight on it, so we should be good.
Okay.
The only thing I have to remember, put the steering shaft in.
Yeah, remember that, please. Because
yeah.
It was a nightmare pushing this thing with no steering.
Yep. Alright guys, so we got the motor in. It went pretty smooth, not bad. We got the steering shaft in. I did not forget this time. We have her all the way in, all bolted down. The trans is bolted down. Subframe is bolted down. Motor mounts are all good. The motor looks straight. Actually, this side looks a little lower, I think. I'm not sure.
Remember, you loosened that bolt down there on the mount. We gotta straighten it.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks good.
But the main thing is that everything's back in the car. You know, there's a lot of. It's really hard to do it again, you know.
Yep.
But now that it's done, can move forward.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, tomorrow I'll be back and work on it. I do want to work on my Miata. I have to get this Miata running so I can sell it. If anyone wants to buy a Miata, let me know. I don't know, 5,500 bucks. It has like 120k miles, rust-free, Louisiana car. And I bought it to keep it, but I want to sell it. I need money, I'm broke. Oh shit. But yeah, I'm done for tonight. Go inside, it's already 10:30. I've been here since, what time I left your house?
12.
Yeah, but then I was riding the four-wheeler I've been here since like 2 o'clock. I've been here for like 8 hours working on this car. Yeah. I'm tired, I'm done. Like, I really hope this motor lasts me, if not, I'm like pissed.
I kept my hands in my pocket the whole time. I'm tired.
This guy, lazy guy. All right, guys, so we're currently working on the oil cooler. I took the batch bar off. It's over there. I painted the tabs that we put in for the intercooler. So right now we're just redoing the line because one of the lines is a little bit too long. This one should be long enough. Go up here, and it should be perfect length. We're gonna cut it like an inch. But if we do, then it's not gonna be worth it. It's gonna look ugly. And we're just gonna leave it the way it is right now. We decided to move the oil sandwich plate to the back side because before we had it just like this. And the other line was sticking way below the oil pan. And I already hit the oil pan a couple times. So if it's sticking lower than the oil pan, then I'll definitely be hitting the line on the floor, probably ripping it off. And I do not want to rip the line off, you know. There'll be a big issue on the track especially. So we decided just to flip it back just like this, and as you can see, they get tucked up right by the subframe way back. So as you can see back here, it's way tucked up, it's not out of the way. So I went ahead and bought a new fitting for the AN line. I bought a new fitting for the turbo oil feed since the other one wasn't straight. I went to my local performance shop and they had a 90-degree fitting, so I went and bought that. All right, so we got the lines done. Big shout out to Tony for helping me get it done. They're way shorter now. Before this line, the bottom one was sticking out like 3 inches past the oil cooler, and it was actually hitting the intercooler. That's the whole reason I did this. But now, sitting pretty flush. The top one sticks out a little bit, but like I said, I don't want to take it off just to cut it half an inch. Here is fine. It's not gonna hit the intercooler. And over here, as you can see, they're nice and routed up. I have more than enough space to take the oil filter off. The oil line for the turbo, it's all nice with the 90-degree fitting. And yeah, they look pretty good. Alternator's missing a piece. I just noticed that. I don't know how. I don't know if it's been like that for a while or not. But yeah, like right now we're good to start the car. I think I'm going to lower it and start the car actually. Just put some oil in it. Just gonna put some oil, make sure the battery is charged, and we should be good to start it. All right guys, I think everything's already done. Actually, I forgot one more thing. I'll have to plug that vacuum line. But other than that, and putting some oil in it, just to get it started, I think everything's good. Oil lines are good for the oil cooler. All the intercooler piping is done. As you can see, there's no clamps on it. I just put it on just so I can test it out. I have to unplug the crankshaft position sensor just so I can prime the car and add some oil. But I mean, everything's looking pretty good. I do like the pink and blue. I thought I was not gonna like it, but I mean, it looks kind of cool. Better than being the ugly like this. I have to paint the throttle body because you can see it looks like crap. So instead of the whole engine looking like that, the blue and the pink looks good. I am doing the turbo the same color, but I did not have time yet. Like I said, I'm on a time crunch to get this car done so I can take it to the dyno, and there's still a lot of stuff to do. I have a whiteboard. I'm gonna write everything that I need to do so I can get it all in my head. So I am pouring this cheap Walmart oil just because I want to clean out the whole car and I want to make sure everything is clean. I'll pour some cheap oil, get everything clean, and then I'll drain it out, and I'm gonna put some good oil in it and a good oil filter. Look, the little guy is puking. It's like, oh no, don't waste me. Oh. Right, well, let me pour this in and then take the cast off, connect the battery, and crank her. All right, guys, so I'm going to crank it for the first time. I haven't even tried it. I'm just cranking it to build some oil pressure, and then I'll get ready to start it. You know, the oil cooler and the oil filter, and nothing has oil since I took everything apart. If you guys don't remember this car, I did the head gaskets on them. So if the timing is not good, it's on me. I made sure the timing was good. So, and I spin the motor, nothing hit or nothing, so everything should be good. So let's see. Here goes nothing, I guess. Oh shit. We got, all right. That's us. Spilled oil, spilled fuel everywhere. I don't know if it's not tight enough, or I'm guessing, yeah, that clamp is not tight enough. I thought it was, I guess not. All right, so I put a new clamp on it. The clamp was messed up, and we should try again. Or should I forget to plug in the motor for the throttle body? I saw that, which doesn't really matter right now, but just so we don't throw a check engine light, which we probably did already, but anyway. Plug that in. All right, we're holding fuel pressure now, as you can see. Crank it, build some oil pressure. Make sure nothing's leaking. All right, this motor's cranking way better than the other motor. That motor was cranking like super slow since it was off, it's all blown up. Even with a fully charged battery, it was cranking like crap. Crank it one more time and then plug in the cast. All right, should be good. Come down here, plug in the cast. All right, guys, so here goes nothing. Or here goes everything. I mean, I've been working on this so hard. Whew, I'm nervous. Woo. Started right up. Oh yeah. The oil pressure. Ooh, we spilled a bunch of oil. Luckily I turned it off. I guess the bottom fitting is not, oh, I forgot to tighten the bottom fitting. Crap, that's my fault. And I put the pan not close enough. All right, so I went ahead and tightened these two AM fittings. I totally forgot to get them tight. It's my fault. But I'm gonna start again just to see if they leak, which they shouldn't. But to be honest, I just wanna hear it run again. I'm so excited right now. So it's not looking too good right now. I don't know if you guys heard that in the previous clip. There's a bunch of clicking, knocking coming from here. It sounds like the tensioner. I did not buy any tensioners. I had bought one, but the company sent me wrong ones, and I thought I was gonna go to my old dyno day. No excuses. I should have bought ones. I didn't. They sent me the wrong ones, and instead of me waiting, I just put the old ones back in it, which the old ones were fine. The car ran fine. I mean, these timing tensioners, they work with oil pressure. It sounds like this left one up here. I don't know if the VVTi has to do something with it. I'm not 100% sure. I think it does. I'm not sure though. I'm a little scared now because it's really loud. It got louder by the second, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do, to be honest, but at least she ran, I guess. I'll be back. Let me see what I do. Alright guys, so the noise now sounds like it's coming from the bottom tensioner, which is like right over here. I thought it was the top one, but I'm pretty sure it's the one down here, which is the main tensioner for the whole chain. I don't know if the tensioner just went bad from when I pressed it, you know, when I was doing the timing on the car. That one I could change outside of the car. I mean, inside of the car. I could just take these 3 bolts right here and change it. If it's the top left one, I gotta pull the whole timing cover, which it's not fun. It's a lot of work. Taking all this RTV off, it's so much work. Like, I literally spent hours just cleaning the RTV from the old one and putting the RTV and getting all the bolts. So there's like 50 bolts inside of this, and it takes a lot of time. It's not fun. I really hope it's the bottom one. I was trying to let it run a little bit longer to see if the tensioner just gets harder. It got a little quieter, but then once I rev it, it got louder. I'm gonna let it run again so you guys can hear it. But that sucks. Nothing can ever go right with me. Like, this is me with cars, always something goes wrong. I think I found the issue. I just noticed that these bolts are not tight. The one for the tensioner for the belt, they're all loose. And I was looking at it earlier and I was like, kind of sounds like it's coming from here, from the belt. All right guys, so I just tightened all those bolts and I got it running again, and that was the issue. I'm so glad. I was like so fucking scared. You guys can hear my voice. I'm so much happier now. My brother just got home. I'm gonna tell him the story right now. But she runs, and she runs good. I even changed the VVTi. I put a different one that I had laying around, and that didn't help. So it was that the whole time. All right guys, so that's it for this video. I do not know how long it was, but I've been filming it for a couple days now. I need to get this car running so I can sell it. I was working on it yesterday after I got done with this. I got her running. I just have to put a soft top in it and do a couple of little stuff to it, and so I can post it for sale. So I'll probably get back tomorrow and start working on this. So make sure you guys follow the channel so you guys can watch the next video on this car. Like I said, I still have a lot of work to do in the car. Drive shaft, full exhaust, all the suspension work, brakes, all the clamps for the intercooler piping, bleed the whole system. It's a bunch of work that I still have to do to the car. But for now, I'm gonna leave it as that so I can end this video. So if you guys wanna watch more of the car, wanna watch more of me driving the car, hitting the dyno, make sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.